So I want to prove to you that you have artistic ability and that you can create amazing art. So I could tell you directly that you can draw and paint, and you will ignore me coming up with reasons that I'm wrong, and history and proof of to the contrary. So this is what we call a limiting belief. So this is something that you believe to be true that limits you in some way. Right? So it could be about yourself, others, or even about the world. Right? So they hold you back from making choices, like different choices. They prevent you from seeing presented opportunities. They keep you stuck in your comfort zone and limit you from having any other opinion, option, or thought process because of your evidence. So I'll give you two examples of this to clarify. So research was done into how people see their luck. So the research team gathered a bunch of people who believed they were lucky or unlucky. Right? So the experiment had them sitting in a restaurant, so they had actors as wait staff. So at some point in the dinner, a waiter dropped some money. It was about $50. Right? So those believing themselves to be lucky always noticed the money on the floor and they picked it up. So those that believed they were unlucky, they didn't even see the cash and they just went on with their meal. Right? So the limiting belief blinded them to the opportunity around them, while the lucky ones were able to seize the opportunity in the moment. So another example dates back a while. So we know at one point people believed that the sun revolved around the earth. So they believed it so blindly that they even ruined the career of any scientist that suggested otherwise. So the moment it was proven true, long-standing questions about our solar system began to be answered. So clearing the limiting belief opened the world to new possibilities and new understanding. So today, I want to show you a different thought process. For that, you're going to require a pen and some paper. Right? So the first hurdle is to show you that you can learn to draw and paint. Right? So if I were to ask 100 people if they can draw, 2 to 5 people would say that they can. So for some reason, people believe that drawing is an innate ability. Either you're born with it or you're not, and that's just wrong. Right? So just like any other skill, it can be learned. And today I'll show you a quick method for drawing people and creating planets with spray paint. Okay, so what we need is a structure to our drawing and art. So a series of steps that will produce repeatable results. So then we can modify certain aspects one step at a time to create variety. So I'll start with simple busts using basic lines and squiggles. So modifying these lines into other shapes is where we produce options. So once you master that, which will either take you a couple of attempts or a few minutes, I'll do the same thing with the painting a planet. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so starting with the picture, we're just going to draw a nice simple arrow. So this is the nose, right? So now we're going to do basically 2 6s together. We can just squiggle in colour in there, so we've got the eyes. So now we need to put an ear in. So we just do a nice curve and a line on the centre. So we just put a smile with a line, put in some hair, squiggly line just under the nose, another one just under the ear, and we've got, so we've got a shirt and a face, right? So call him Randy. All right. So now if we want to change that, so let's change the nose and the eyes a little bit. So we might do big nose, 2 arches for eyes, colour them in there. Might have a bit more of a pointy ear, bigger smile, I got a bald head, squiggly line for his neck, another one under the ear. I've got like a V-neck. So now we've got Bob. All right, so 2 very simple pictures. They look quite different. We're just using the system. So we can use another one here. So let's have a bit more of a nose there, and we can draw eyes. We can put the eyeballs up here. Draw the ear. Draw a mouth. Curly hair. Get that squiggle for the neck, line for the neck. I've got the shoulders. So we've got George here. Right, so very simply, we've just by changing a couple of features, we've made 3 different heads. So it's very simple so it's a nice simple system that we can create some various pictures, and we've learnt that in 30 seconds to a minute. Just going to lay out our planet mask. So put one in the corner, so one here, and we'll put another one here. So we just want to create a light spray, right, so we can see where they are. So we've got the borders of them. Right. So now we just need to add some colour. So put a little bit of black in, some green. Don't have to be terribly accurate here, just enough to cover the area, right? So we can still see the lines, but we're just wanting to get that that whole area covered. So we get our bit of paper. So I've got a couple of options. So we've got the pat and lift option, so creating some nice textures here. We can do this a few times until we're happy with the result. Yep. So we can do the slide and sweep, so we're getting a bit of a wave, so a streaky pattern. We can just get a nice pat down. So we've got 3 basic options there. Right? So I'm not completely happy with this one, so I'm going to put a bit more colour in, and then we'll do that again. Okay, so that's I'm preferring that now. Okay, so now we've just got to worry about our light source. So we choose where that's going to come from. So I'm going to say the light source is coming from this angle here. Right? So you create an arc, so the light is coming from there. Got another one, so there, and so we've got those light sources. So it should be shadow on the other side of wherever the light source is. So we get our black, and we create an arc for the shadow. Right, that one's in the corner, so it doesn't need one. So now when we place the masks on, we want to make sure we get a bit of the highlight, a bit of the shadow. So just put that down. For the other one, get that so there, and we put this here. Okay, so now we fill out the rest of the picture. So I'm going to use a bit of blue and a bit of black. I can find my black. There we go. Okay. So we're just going a bit of a once over, and we can go to blue, fill in the gaps, go over again. So we're just going lightly over here, just till you can see. So you can see there's a bit of blue in there, a bit of black, right? So now we're going to need to create some stars. So I'm going to get my white, going to spray in between the 2 fingers, flick off to the side to get rid of the excess, and we just flick onto the painting from directly above. So this will create stars of various sizes. We just keep going until we're happy with it, and it's all covered, right, in the way we want. So I'm content with that. Okay, so we can add a few other elements here, but that gets a bit more complicated. But basically, as we are now, we're ready to go. So we lift off the marker. We've got planet 1, maybe it's moon, planet 2, planet 3. All right, so it's a nice, simple, quick setup for that, and it's it didn't take more than a couple of minutes. We've got a nice completed picture that looks pretty good. So like with the drawing, we just need to modify small parts to create something different. So changing colours, where we spray, crinkle the paper a bit differently, fold it into patterns, but swirl the paint off instead of lifting. So it's changing the direction of the light source. So with all of these we can create millions of variations with confidence. So just following along with these 2 frameworks, you would have shown yourself that you can learn to draw and you can spray paint. shattering your previous limiting beliefs. Now they're out of your way, you have a new reality in which to excel. Imagine what other beliefs are limiting you right now, what your life could be like if you simply allowed yourself to believe you can do anything. So at some point in your life, you chose to learn whatever it is you currently believe about everything. So I'm here to tell you today, right now, you can learn to believe something else, anything else that will support your goals. What will you choose to believe right now? Thanks for watching. See you next time and enjoy getting a step ahead.